Hi, everyone, and welcome. I've been asked by a good friend to do a reading for them, and it's all because she noticed in my video last week that I had talked a little bit about the tarot of the vampires. And she loves that kind of thing and really, really wanted a reading. And I asked her, did she realize that when you do the tarot of the vampire, sometimes you're doing a lot of shadow work with it? You're going to be delving very deep and unloading or unboxing some things that maybe you don't want to share in the big scheme of things. And she said, nope. I just got a feeling I want you to read with that deck for me and help me out with a relationship. She's having difficulties with someone that she's known for many, many years. And the idea of looking at the darker side of things, pulling back that veil and seeing what's going on really interested her. So I said, okay, but I want to bring in the WYSPELL Wild Reflections to sort of balance it out with the light and the dark. And she said, fine. So here we go. This is my third time through, I think, because the camera video keeps crashing. And I'm just wondering if there's a little bit of energy here with this vampire deck and myself that I'm going to have to work out. So here we go, and I'm going to tip down the camera so that you can see some of the cards that I pulled. And we'll have that conversation again and put it out there for my friend. On the left here with the WYSPELL is a card I've drawn to represent how she is seen in public generally. And this one represents the person that is challenging her a bit and how we see him. So let's take a look. This is what we got. The Three of Pentacles. Now, this to me really talks loudly about my friend as I know her. She's very artistic. She's very creative. She enjoys the support of a lot of people and she likes putting herself out there. So, like the sunflowers, she's always building and growing, and she has a good little enterprise going. So, this is how most people see her. Now, the person in question that challenges her is coming up as the Page of Wands. And this person generally is, in tarot decks, quite adventurous, quite up for the adventure and moving themselves forward, although they might come across as very young. But I'm getting it totally different with this card. I get the feeling that this person, he likes to be in his own element, and that element is nature and solitude. So there's quite a difference between the two of them. One really shines in public. This person usually, just leave me alone and let me do my thing. And I'm quite happy out here. I don't need a lot of energy and flux in my world. Okay, so then I chose a card to represent maybe the shadow aspect of working or being in the same realm when these two are together. So my friend feels, this one came upside down, that she's very drained. When it's like this and you've got the King of Pentacles, this is a very solid person, proud, established, and values a lot in life, and likes to contribute, that feeling of being on the pulse of things. But when it's reversed and she's with him, she just seems to drain. She loses her energy, she loses her light, and she doesn't understand why. That it is so draining to be around this person. and it just sends her, it just upsets her. So then we have the gentleman and the card that I pulled for him. People see him as, when they're together, quite aggressive. It's like there's a real power struggle going on. And he goes from calm to flipping out real fast. And if you happen to be on the receiving end of it, there's that sort of defeat here. There's not enough energy and power to stand up to this person. Hence maybe the axe here. He looks calm and serene, but underneath, and I don't know if he knows how to control this. Some things just seem to, in his environment, set him off, and he loses that control, especially around her. So there's something there that's really irritating him. Now, I did also pull 3 cards from the Tarot of the Vampires to really delve deeper, to pull back that veil and see and be able to provide some more information to my friend. So let's take a look. Well, she seems to be quite, get that in focus, uplifted. She feels led. She feels like her life has a path, and she feels quite blessed, and she likes being in the limelight. And that sort of fuels her. Also, there's the Temperance card. Now, when she's with him, she seems to be able to, or feels the need to, bring things down a notch and bring them into balance, and maybe with the pouring of the liquid there, keep some of her emotions in check. You can see she's still in the limelight here, but it's all about blending and trying to blend in when that person is around. So it's a little bit difficult for her to dim her light, but she's up to her elbows here, and she's working so hard and just trying to blend in and fit. And that can be really hard to do. And that's 2 major arcanas right there. Then we've got the 10 of Cups. They seem to be butting heads when they're out in public, when they're at these family group things. And he may be a member of the family. He may be just a friend of the family. And I think she tries to put on this good face, but even you can look at his face there. He doesn't like, his bottle is empty. I don't think he has anything to give. Her bottle seems to be still full. The candle is by her. She's radiating. But, you know, the 10 of Cups is generally a happy card. But I just don't get that vibe with him. There seems to be a shadow over him. And she puts on a good front. She puts up a good face. But there's other things going on. But when I see the hands connected here, that really throws me. It's like they're putting this on for the sake of other people. And it's a good act, but there's something going on below the surface. I think each of them really enjoy being in the group, being in the family. So it's difficult. Now, for this one here, tuck that under there again. What I got for him behind the scenes was quite interesting. Pick him up again and show you. So we have got the 6 of Pentacles. I think he realizes that it does hurt her, it does drain her. But I don't know how, I guess I'm using his words here, I don't know how to correct it. I like this environment and it puts me off sometimes. And maybe it's that he has to attend these things and he doesn't really want to. But there could be a second person that could help soothe things, to bring the relationship back, to revive that feeling that she feels when she's with him. But this could also be him. He may not let on that he's also feeling a little bit drained. That shadow hangs over him, and he would love to have something to almost recharge him. The Six of Pentacles is about healing. The both of them need to do some healing. They got to find out what's going on and really open up and then get this healing process going. When you've got the Six of Pentacles, there's always that person who gets a little more than the other. And I think that might be part of the problem, that my friend gets all the attention and he doesn't. He almost needs a lifeline, a support, because he doesn't know how to remedy the situation and actually heal. There's something within him that he has to work on healing, because this is on his side. She's doing lots of work. He needs to do some. He maybe needs to ask this other person for an infusion, for a lifeline. Very, very interesting. Okay, the next card for him was the reversed Seven of Swords. Now, this is usually my sneaky Pete card, where there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Now, if this comes after that one, it tells me that, with a little bit of help, maybe he could confront some of the issues, not hide behind things, and speak. Say what his issues are, what's going on, why he has such a difficult time expressing himself around her. And she finds it so easy to open up and talk to people, but I don't think he does. It's a struggle for him to do this. And he's used to being very deceptive, but would like, I think, almost to clear the air as well and to stop this struggle that's going on, because it affects so many people. And the last card that I got there was this one, the Three of Wands. And that's that card for me where I see it in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, where he's standing on the hillside and he's looking out. He's waiting. I think because of the dress here that he's having difficulty expressing himself. We got all this going on here, and I don't think that she's receptive to it. I think he feels that he might be able to express himself, but she's got her back to him. She's just not as receptive, or he doesn't feel that she's super receptive. Maybe he feels like he has tried to open up a few times and gets shut down. The two of these people are just so opposite and so conflicting. So the other card that I wanted to pull was what could help these two people remedy their situation. And what I pulled was the King of Pentacles. So for me, the King of Pentacles is a family man. And I think this person is a lot younger than the king because it is a page. With him being at the wheel here on this ship makes me think that he's aware, with all this water around him there, like the conflict of this big rock here, he's aware of the struggle between these two people and the uncomfortableness when they're in a group. But with the sunflower there, I get the feeling that there can be growth, there can be healing. And it will only take a couple seeds, a couple words maybe from this man to help bring and bridge the gap between them, to help ease some of the aggression that this person feels and bring some understanding, because the King of Pentacles is a family man. He brings security. And I just think that the ribbon of starry little lights here carries over his shoulder and into this. And it's just got to spill over to this gentleman here and give him the tools that he needs to branch out, to find his confidence and move forward. So that was a nice card to end on. I think this King of Pentacles would act like a mediator between the two. I think he's watched how this has gone. He doesn't understand the aggression that this person feels. But I think some kind words and encouragement can soften the almost animosity between these two. So that's what I got so far, dear friend. And I hope that helps. And if you know who this gentleman is, maybe you can go talk to him and he can ease some of the burdens between you. Okay? Blessings and have a good night.